Okay, if you've never used Musescore before, I want to show you how to use it for Banjo tab, how to create your own Banjo tablature. So I'm assuming you've got Musescore loaded. Let's open it up and then we'll get started. So I'm loading it up on screen just to show you what you typically, or at least what I see when I load it up. I get this sort of stuff here. I've set up some templates, but I'm not going to use that. Sometimes there's some updates. Let's do that later if necessary. But right now, let's get a Banjo tab going. So the default is standard notation here, which is all well and good. But if you want to use Banjo tablature, let's open a new file. And here's your chance to give it a name. I'll just call this example. And usually there's room for a composer. If you're writing your own tune, you just put your name in there. If I'm arranging somebody else's stuff or an old tune, I usually write something like arranged by, and this isn't my name, but let's say my name is Billy Pilgrim. Okay, and that's all I'd bother putting in there. When you first click to this create new score, you'll probably see this. I just click on the general and go to choose instruments, and then go down here and click on continue. Okay, and so we see a whole bunch of instruments on the left here, or categories of instruments under the common setting. There's lots of others, but if you go to the common setting, you'll find one category, strings plucked. Okay, that's where you'll find banjo, and happily it's near the top here. Let's click the second one, Banjo tablature, and then move over here and click Add. Now, the default for Banjo tablature I don't like very much. It's not as clear. So let's just click, at least to me, you can try it out. For 5-string banjo, there are 3 sort of main settings. There's simple, common, and full. I like full, so I recommend picking that, and I will in this video. You can experiment with the other ones if you like. And then, so you've chosen that, then go down and press continue. Not going to bother with key signature key signatures at all. A time signature, I think usually the default is just 4/4 anyway, and I'll leave it at that. You can use the C version of 4/4, which is the same, or you can use cut time, which is 2/2. They don't really make much difference. The number of bars, I've got it, I think, set up here for 32. You can add or remove bars after the creation of the score. So 32's, we're only going to use about probably 8 in this example. Okay, so I clicked done, and now we've got this empty tab here. Notice it's got this tab symbol. I'm not a real fan of that. I usually like to get rid of that and change it to a time signature, and there are ways to do that, but I won't do that in this video. This is just to get the basics started. So I thought what I'd show you is how you go through creating, say, a bar with just a little tune with some forward rolls, or more of an exercise, really. So the way to put notes in here is you click on this button. It says enter notes with a mouse or keyboard. So I'll click that button, the N button, and the default is for a quarter note in terms of time, or a crotchet, and then you can hover over any one of the strings represented here. I'm going to play a sort of a G forward roll for 1 bar. So I'll just do a quarter note on the 3rd string. So all I did, I'll delete that. All I did was hover my mouse or over that 3rd string, and then press the mouse button, and that's what appears. Now I want to do a forward roll, but I'm going to use 8th notes. So I'll change to 8th notes, and I'll start on the 5th string. So there's the 5th string. I hover over the 3rd string and click. Hover over the 1st string and click, and just do that again. Okay, and you can hear the little notes being played as you go. So there's a little bar of a G forward roll. Okay, that's my first bar. In my second bar, I'm going to play C. And I'll stick with eighth notes from now on. Oh no, let's do on each bar. Let's do a solid quarter note and then followed by a bunch of eighth notes. So for a C, I want a bar of C. I want to start with the a C note. I'm going to choose the second string and press. And then how do I? The second string is a B. I want this to be a C. So on my keyboard, I just press the number 1. And now I've got a C note there. Okay, let's change over to quarter notes again. Eighth notes, and do our forward rolls. I'm going to do a fifth string, second string, press 1 for the first fret, and then the first string, I want the second fret for there, so I press 2 on my keyboard. And I'll do that again. Fifth string, open, second string, first fret, first string, second fret. Okay, so there's a bar of G and a bar of D. Now I want another bar of G. I'm going to play just the same thing. So I can just type all that out again, but here's a little shortcut. Let's go up here and press the N button. I'm going to do a copy paste. So here's how I do that. I click, I want to copy this whole bar and paste it into the third bar. So I click the first note of that bar, I hold down the Shift button on my keyboard and use the right arrow. That's one click of the right arrow. Keep clicking until I get to the end of the bar. There it is. So now I'll copy that. You can use the keyboard shortcut, but to show you how it looks on screen, I'll go up to the edit, select copy. I want to put it in the third bar, select edit and paste. Okay, so now the third bar is exactly the same as the first bar. Now let's look at the fourth bar. I'm going to have a bar of D here. So turn on the note button again, and I'm going to start with a quarter note on the fourth string this time, a nice low D. So there's my D, and then I'll do forward rolls again. Change to eighth notes, fifth string. I'm going to go with the second. I'm going to go with the third string, second fret. So I press 2 on the after pressing the third string. And there's an open D string here. Now notice I'll make a mistake here just to show you how you fix a mistake. So really I want my next note to be on the fifth string at this moment in time. Say I just slip and put it here. I'm left with a rest, and that's not really what I want. So, oh no, I've made a mistake. How do you fix that? Well, if you observe it straight away, you can just press your backspace or delete button on your keyboard, and it's gone. So if you make a mistake, simple mistake like that, that's how you can fix it. Bigger mistakes that you notice once you've finished a project, well, I won't go into that right now. This is just for getting started. Okay, so let's do fifth string, third string, second fret, open first string. So there's a bar of D.